Heyo, what is going on YouTube? I'm your host Biscuits and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be customizing the Bravado Gauntlet Classic. And we are actually going to be bringing this vehicle over to Benny's and converting it to the Bravado Gauntlet Classic Custom. The Bravado Gauntlet Classic, which is the vehicle right here in front of me, is based on a first generation Dodge Challenger. Now, the Bravado Gauntlet Classic Custom, which is what we will be converting this vehicle to, is based on a 1969 Dodge Charger Daytona. So without further ado, let's hop in here and make our way over to Benny's. All right, so first things first, we got to upgrade this to the custom variant. We are looking at a price of $815,000 in order to convert this to the classic custom. So let's go ahead and do with that. Okay, so starting off with the armor and the brakes for the front bumpers. So it looks like we have a secondary nose cone. We have single vented. Okay, so there's a vent underneath there. We got quad vents, secondary quad, twin vented. We have a secondary, we have a twin inset, secondary twin, a broad inset nose cone, secondary. All right, I think I'm gonna go for the single vented nose cone. For the rear bumpers, we can change the stock, which is chrome. We can make it a primary. We can do a primary with some overriders. We have bolted bumper. We have the bolted bumper with the overriders, and we have bolted custom setup. All right, let's go for the bolted bumper with the overriders. For the chassis, so we have an antenna option if you want a left side antenna or a right side antenna. Okay. Rear cover. Okay, so we can see the rear cover is black. We can turn it to primary or we can turn it to secondary. Honestly, I kind of like the black stock look, so let's leave it as it is. Roll cage. So we can do a primary half, secondary half, full cage, full secondary, padded, and padded secondary. Okay, I'll probably skip the roll cage. We got some sun strips. We have apparently just like a matte black option. We also have primary or secondary. Engine, we're going to go level 4, of course, for the exhaust. Okay, so we have titanium tipped. We have the anodized. We have box aluminum. We have side exit. We have the side metered. More side pipe, dual side pipe, titanium box. Another side box. All right, I think I'm gonna go for the anodized exhaust. For the fenders, looks like we have a fender inlet vents. We have primary vent scoops just behind the front wheel there. Same thing but in chrome, and same thing but in carbon. We also have some fender ducts, chrome and carbon as well. And then looks like we have some rear fender options, which is nice. We have the gauntlet vents, twin rear vents. I do like this little fender duct. That's a nice touch there. It's very subtle. So let's go for that. Headlight covers. Okay, so we can do full blacked lights. We have full secondary. We have primary black, but only the top portion is black. Same thing, but the secondary option. We have black primary topped lights. And same thing, but secondary. I do kind of like the actual headlight, or I guess the portion around the light, black. So let's go for the black, but we'll leave the primary on the top. For the hood, first we have some nose accessories. Okay, a bumper lip, a primary bumper lip, secondary, ridgeline bumper, a primary ridgeline, and a secondary. Okay, let's go for a primary bumper lip. Hood catches. We got primary hood catches. Secondary, we have the primary mid hood. Secondary, and we have modern hood latches and the angled hood latches. Hood. Okay, so we have a snorkel hood. Carbon snorkel. Man, who's putting a carbon fiber hood on a 1969 Dodge Daytona? We have carbon ridgeline, twin intake hood. We have deep inset hood. Very nice. Same thing but carbon. And we also have dual filter blower, the Bravado filter blower, and oval intake bug catcher. Oh, we also have a triple intake bug catcher. Okay. All right, I'm going to go for the deep inset hood. I think that one looks the cleanest, and it looks the most OE. All right. Interior. Lots of different options here since this is a Benny's vehicle. We have the dash. We have the street, rally, flocks, or carbon. I will skip those. Dash. We can add a tack. Also can do some dash gauges. And more gauges. Okay, I'll probably skip those as well. Door. I like the old school wood grain look, so I'm going to keep that stock. Seats. Nice stock seats. And then carbon, Mark 1 racing. Yeah, nope. Not doing those. We're going to keep the seat stock. Steering wheel. Yeah, we're leaving that stock as well. This is just not a 1969 Dodge Daytona is just not the car to be like tricking out the interior. It's really not, at least in my opinion. Light color, silver. Yeah, let's make it ice white. Nice. For the headlights, yeah, I will leave them stock. I kind of like that old school yellow headlight look. Livery. Okay, so we have stamped Bravado. We have a white Gauntlet. We have the black Gauntlet. We have red. We have some racing liveries here. Looks like number 36. And another one, number 55. Number 81. Racing livery. We have a number 3. Number 5. And another number 3. For me, I think I'm gonna have to go for the white Gauntlet. That just screams like old school of like what these cars actually look like from back in the day. Mirrors. All right, so we can do chrome. We have secondary. We have the bullet mirrors. We have primary and secondary. Okay, I'll leave those stock. Plate. We'll go custom biscuits plate, of course. Respray, let's do that very last. Roof. Primary, vinyl, or carbon. The vinyl roof is interesting. It's definitely like a legit old school look, but I just think the primary is the cleanest. So let's go primary roof. Side skirts. We have some custom skirts. We also have primary custom, secondary custom. We have the ridged, primary ridged, secondary, competition, secondary. Well, let's go with the primary custom skirt. Splitters. We have a panel. We have a primary. We have the pointed panel and a primary pointed. Twin wedged. That's pretty crazy looking. We have a primary twin, full wedged, and primary. All right, let's go for the pointed panel splitter. All right, spoilers. So we have a ducktail. We have the inset ducktail. We have a low level, a primary low level, secondary bolted dovetail. We have the primary super spoiler, secondary super, primary race. Okay, what's the race? Okay, so it just changes the top and makes it so it's no longer original and looks aftermarket slightly. Same thing, but secondary. We also have carbon. Oh boy, why? Why are we doing carbon options on a car from the 60s? Mark II primary race spoiler. Oh boy. They just keep getting worse from here on out. Mark II, Mark III. Mark III, carbon race. Okay, I've seen enough. Alright, well, we are obviously going with the primary super spoiler. I mean, you gotta pick that spoiler option on this car. That is like the original spoiler that came on this car back in the day. Very, very cool. Suspension, I'm gonna slam this thing all the way down. Transmission will go race. Turbo, of course. I would prefer a supercharger, but that's all good. Wheels, we'll come right back to those. Wheelie bar. Okay, so we can add a chute, do a wheelie bar, and a chute and wheelie bar. Okay. I'll probably leave those stock. Windows. All right, let's go ahead and black out the windows. We left the interior stock. There's nothing special in there, so let's go ahead and put some dark tint on there. And window plates. Okay, that's nice. Do some window louvers. We have rear window, dual window braces, and triple window braces. Okay, yeah, definitely not doing those. We'll leave those stock. Back to the wheels. Okay, we are definitely going to have to go with some muscle. Let's throw on these Muscle Freak. And we'll do them in chrome, because that just fits perfectly with this build of this old school muscle car. Bulletproof tires, absolutely. Okay, so all we have now is just the respray. So we have a primary color. We have a secondary color. And I don't see anything changing for the secondary color. I know we did choose the primary roof option. So had we not chosen primary roof, we would see the roof changing colors right now. And I'm not seeing anything inside the interior. And for the trim color, that is the interior. And apparently that's like literally everything in the interior. Okay, for a primary, I am thinking this Mariner blue. I don't know why, but like lighter blue colors on old school muscle cars just look really, really good. And for the secondary color, apparently it doesn't even matter, but we'll go ahead and make it black just in case there is something that I missed. And for the trim color, we'll just do it black as well. I believe that is everything. Let's get this outside so we can do a sound test and some first driving impressions. Alrighty, and here is the Bravado Gauntlet Classic Custom outside and fully tricked out. I love the little gauntlet emblem on the side there. The wheel choice is absolutely perfect. I love that it's chrome and it matches up with the chrome around the outside of the windows here. Very, very nice. And look at that beautiful spoiler. Oh man, it's just massive. It's so cool that these cars literally had giant spoilers like this back in the day. It's kind of hard to believe. And then take a look at that nose, that front bumper. Oh man, that is crazy looking. What's really cool is Dodge did this on purpose to make their car more aerodynamic. And that's exactly what it did. This nose addition that they put on their cars made the vehicle more aerodynamic, thus creating less drag. They were able to go faster. An interesting fact about the 1969 Dodge Charger Daytona, there was only 503 produced in the entire world. So these cars are extremely rare and very, very valuable. Now, the 1969 Dodge Charger Daytona came with 425 horsepower, a V8 engine, and a 4-speed manual transmission. Let's go ahead and get all the doors open and take a closer look at everything. Starting off underneath the hood at the engine model. Not bad detail there. Coming over here to the passenger side, Got the stock bucket seats. Got the wood grain and the old school roll-up windows. Very, very nice. Apparently the trunk no longer opens now that we installed this spoiler. And finally, coming over here to the driver's side, I love this old school interior, the wood grain on the dash. And also Rockstar got it right. They have 3 pedals and that is a stick shift. This car is a manual transmission. All right, let's go ahead and do that sound test. Very nice. Sounds like a V8 for sure. Let's confirm the drivetrain. Okay, so the Gauntlet Classic Custom is rear wheel drive. The Bravado Gauntlet Classic Custom has a top speed of 125 miles per hour. All right, so first things first, acceleration. Yeah, not bad acceleration at all. I would say above average acceleration for an old school muscle car. All right, now that we are up to speed, let's try a brake test. Okay, I would say about average brakes. Definitely not the best, but it's an old school heavy muscle car. I mean, it's not going to stop on a dime. Okay, so the handling, it's not good. It's not good. I mean, it's an old school muscle car, guys. It's going to have serious oversteer. So yeah, quite a bit of oversteer going on. Honestly, the oversteer actually helps a little bit on turns because if you take a turn without hitting the gas, the turning radius of this vehicle seems kind of wide. It does not want to turn very sharply. But when you turn and then hit the gas, oversteer kicks in, and then you are kind of turning sharper to where you need to be. All right, guys, so there you have it, the Bravado Gauntlet Classic Custom. Overall, this is a very cool old school muscle car. I'm honestly just super happy that Rockstar included this car into this game because this is an absolutely legendary and iconic muscle car from the late 60s. Should you pick one up? Is it worth the price? $615,000 to purchase and then $815,000 to convert. You're looking at just over $1.4 million all in, and that doesn't even include customizing. For me, yes, it is worth it. I'm a huge car guy. I love all kinds of different cars. I love old school cars. I love muscle cars. I love Japanese cars. And old Mopars are very, very cool, at least in my opinion. So if you're like me and you like old school muscle cars and you want to add this to your collection, by all means, go ahead and pick it up. Customization is very good. And honestly, performance is not bad either. Like 125 miles per hour for a top speed for an old school muscle car like this is actually pretty impressive. So if you guys enjoyed this video or found it helpful, drop a like. Also, please consider subscribing to the channel if you have not done so already. Thank you guys for watching. Please stay safe, and I will catch you all in the next video. Peace out.